All right, I'm here with a brand new pickup video going over my recent pickups. Some 3DS games in 2022, kind of weird. Some really good Dreamcast gems, and an overall just good time. I want to know what your thoughts are on this new format I'm going to try for pickup videos. So last week I put up a garage sale pickups video, so I'm kind of doing it as a new series. I filmed at the garage sales. It wasn't great, but I'm still working on that. And then I kept all the pickups and the pickup recap just related to garage sales. So I'm thinking I'm going to be doing like garage sale pickups as its own video, and then make one of those when I have the time to. Regular video game pickups, so when I get trade credit, thrift store finds, flea market finds, etc., be their own video, and then have like if you saw the games from the trash video, which if you didn't, I highly recommend it. I think it's a really cool pickup. When I have certain like opportunities to buy things or interesting stories behind my pickup, I would like to make those their own video then too, and those would be like a midweek video because they're probably going to be shorter. It depends, but I want to get more on the consistent schedule, and I think that this works best because I know people aren't crazy about like super long videos for pickups, and I can understand they get kind of dry. So I think separating garage sale videos, which a lot of people are only interested in, and then regular pickups into their own thing, I think works out, but I want to hear down in the comments below what you guys think about this. So make sure to let me know about that. But we'll jump into our first find here. So I have some pretty nice pickups. Weirdly enough, a GameStop pickup. Very weird. This is actually a GameStop pickup for reselling, which is even more weird. But I got here kind of an obscure, harder to find Wii U game. SteamWorld Collection, SteamWorld Heist, SteamWorld Dig. You can see that this was a former library copy, so there has a bunch of nonsense stickers all over the artwork, unfortunately. I found this game last year for pretty cheap, and added it to my collection, but this was $10 at GameStop and goes for 60 plus on eBay pretty easily. Pretty late release Wii U game. Not too common, so just weird. The whole last gen section, PS3, 360, Wii U, usually at my local GameStop is like desolate, completely empty. But it was actually pretty full because it looks like the local library traded in all their games because all of them had stickers all over them, which is unfortunate. But good one to find there for $10. I'll have to sell it a little bit less because of the stickers on the artwork, but can't complain. It'll be a good profit there. And then I got a nice stack of Dreamcast games that I needed. So my dad headed out. He had to go on a short trip out to Toledo area. So I sent him with some money. And he actually was meeting up with a guy. I've met him before. I bought, if you watched my Cleveland Classic Arcade Game Convention video, it's a guy I like encounter every once in a while at conventions and like Ohio things, and he said he would fix up a Game Gear I have for me. So I sent him off with that Game Gear, and then we also sent in like a list of Dreamcast games I needed because he was selling like his Dreamcast collection. I bought off of him Mars Matrix and Gigawing at the Cleveland Classic Game Show, and I just bought some more titles from him as well, and I got some excellent deals on this. So first I got Dynamite Cop and Alone in the Dark, both titles that I did not have. And I got a great deal of $80 for the pair, which is really good because Dynamite Cop is like an $80 game by itself. So really great deal there. Really cut us an awesome deal. And then my dad texted me like that night or whatever. He's like, hey, he also had this game here. And I was like, and he told me the price that he had it on. And I was like, man, that's a great deal. I got to just get that. So, figure out a way I can get that and let me know. And I got it. Gigawing 2. So I bought both Gigawing games off this guy now. But Gigawing 2, he gave me a great deal at $260 for this. This game is easily going well over $350 now, upwards of $400. And if you look at eBay, there's hardly any listings up. There's hardly any sold listings. I think there's like 10 in the last 3 months. So very, very rare game. One I needed. It's supposed to be a great game. So cool to have, and I got an excellent deal on that, almost $100 under retail conservatively. So excellent deal on that one. This stuff's all in great shape too. He definitely took care of it. Other than that, though, he hit up one of the Exchange, the local game store I go to a lot. They have all kinds of different franchises. He hit up one and got a solid deal on this, actually. Kind of caught him slipping in a way. NBA in the Zone 2000. It is torn, but this is a pretty uncommon sports game. Holds a solid amount of value, and he got it for $4, so he was definitely on the lookout for that one. He knows what he's looking for on this stuff, so good to have him around for that. But great finds overall there. Can't complain with any of that stuff, especially that Dreamcast stuff. That stuff is great, stuff that I need, stuff that I never see, and I got excellent prices on that stuff, so cool. And the Dreamcast finds continue for every once in a while I get a 20% off discount for my birthday month, and I figured I would use it to my advantage, and picked up another Dreamcast game that I was missing from the collection, one that I was really excited to get. Of course, I paid for this using trade credit, which I always pay for at my local game store. So I always am accruing trade credit from garage sale stuff, pretty much everything that I come across that's not worth selling on eBay. So stuff that's about $11 to $12 or less that I can't get anything for on eBay that wouldn't be worth my time goes in the trade bin. I count it essentially as I have nothing into it, and I'm able to get some good stuff, and this one's no exception. Really excited to add Marvel vs. Capcom 2 to the collection. Their price was $250, which is a little high, but once you factor in the fact that, one, I don't find this game very often, two, it's in great shape. Well, until now. We'll have to replace the case on that, but artwork's fine, the disc is okay. This channel's a disaster. I don't know why anyone would watch this. I didn't plan that, I promise. But and it just I don't see that game ever. It's not one I find very often. And you take 20% off of that. That's not an insignificant amount. And you just it's a good deal all around. I have trade credit in it, so I have hardly anything into it. So really good to get that one. One I'm excited to play as well, because that game Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is awesome. I also at that store figured I'd add these on and get 20% off of these too. Found some Nintendo Powers that I did not have. Kid Icarus Uprising issue 275 it looks like. And the Sonic Generations issue 268. So I'm actually kind of close to complete a Nintendo Power collection. I'm really not missing that many. What I'm mostly missing now is I have like the entire N64 GameCube era and most of the Wii era. What it is now is I'm just looking for early stuff, which is really hard to find and starting to get pretty pricey, and then late stuff. So, but I'm excited to get those. Got some flea market finds. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be going out to the flea market. I've been going out a lot more just because I haven't been able to hit garage sales on Thursday, Fridays, and there's not very many Saturday sales. And I know the flea market's actually pretty good earlier in the year. Once you get to June and July, it's pretty horrible, but there can be some stuff out in May. So it's always worth a look, especially when I can't hit anything else really right now. I did get some stuff last visit to the flea market. I got a PS2 Slim. Guy wanted 40 on it. I paid 30 on it. Didn't work. So I sold it for parts and recouped everything, but like $5 or so after fees and everything. And it worked out because there was some controllers that were good with it and a memory card. So I would have paid $5 for that. So it's not horrible, but not ideal. But I did get a PS3 lot that was also somewhat underwhelming. I'll go through what I got here. It's this woman who is at the flea market every week and has a minivan from like the 90s just completely filled with like plush stuffed animals. It's like ridiculous. And she had some actual games for the first time ever. Unfortunately, this woman's a regular flea market seller and just leaves her stuff out overnight. And I didn't realize when I was getting this stuff. So some of the stuff was water damage, which is unfortunate from like the dew, which is like, don't leave your stuff out overnight. Don't be an idiot. What's wrong with you? And I didn't realize that until I got back to the car, and I'm like, ugh, because I kind of paid for this stuff. I got 4 games here. I mean, good games. There was good games here. I would have bought everything if the games were like $5 each, but she had a weird tiered system where it's like, these games here in front are 10, these ones are 25, and it was ridiculous. One of the ones that was 25 that I got down to 20 was Tales of Grace's F. This is actually my copy because I already sold the copy I got, but I wanted a visual aid. I think I sold it for 40, so made back most of my money. I paid 50, so I made back most of my money there. I also, this is once again my copy. This one I didn't do as well on. It was 10, so, you know, say 18 for Tales of Graces once I take off my discount I get. 18 for Tales of Graces and 9 for the rest of them. 9 on this one. This is my copy, which is still sealed from way back in the day. But this was actually water damaged, never dead. So I hardly made any money off of it after all. So didn't really work out. This one I wanted to keep, but it's unfortunate. It's in pretty rough shape from the water damage. Under Night in Birth, EXE late. I don't know. I really like Arc System Works. I think their fighting games are really cool and their pixel art's like awesome. But I don't know anything about Under Night in Birth, so I wanted to check this out. But the artwork is just a little bit too messed up for my liking, so I'm gonna probably pass and just put that in my trade bin, or maybe try to sell it online, recoup my money back on that one. And then this one will be going in the collection. I just got to clean it up a little bit for, once again, 9 Jak and Daxter HD collection. Cool one to get. I'm not crazy about Jak 2. I never played Jak 3, but the first Jak and Daxter game is a pretty enjoyable time. I'd like to revisit it at some point. So, and it's just cool. I like having these. There's something nice about just being able to have like an HD collection of a bunch of games. You don't have to strain your eyes looking at the 480p version. So, cool to get there. But that was my trip to the flea market. A little bit of a disappointment, but not horrible overall. Other than that, got some more interesting finds. In case you didn't realize, they're still putting out 3DS games in 2022, apparently. So these were both pre-orders. I'm going to assume these are going to become really hard to find. That's why I picked them up. I'm a big fan of the 3DS and a big 3DS collector, so I figured... I can't imagine they're going to put any more games on the 3DS, after this one. Or after these ones, I should say. There's 2 of them. So I figured I just got to bite the bullet and pick these up. They're both pretty inexpensive. I think they're both like $35 each. The first one I got, the second to last 3DS game, is Fragrant Story. This was available on the Squire Games website for pre-order. Squire Games is the company that made this, or the person that made this. I think is this one person, but it's like a tactical RPG with it's a pun on Vagrant Story. So I don't really know what this is. Kind of bizarre. I really love the idea that someone put out a 3DS game in 2022. Put their game on 3DS in 2022, I should say, and made a physical copy for it. I think it's awesome. The other one I picked up was Androdunos 2, which is like a shooter, and this actually went up for pre-order like 2 years ago, it feels like, something like that. It was a while ago, and it was through a European website, so this is a US release, ESRB release, but came from France, so you can see they made 6,000 of them. I think that's 6,000 worldwide. I think it was 3,000 per region. So I was able to get this, and just cool. Once again, cool to have in the collection. These are going to probably end up being very hard to come across. So it's like you might as well just get them while they're new. If you want to, I'm pretty much have the 3DS collection that I want, give or take a few games. So, I might as well just get these kind of interesting games while I can, and don't have to worry about the second market, because God knows what's going to happen with those. I think there's 3,000 of each of these games, or somewhere around there, so it's just going to be a pain. So pretty fun though that they're still releasing games for the 3DS in 2022, even though I'm going to assume those are the last. So Persona Q2 has been dethroned. That was released in 2019. That was the last physical release for a while, but 3 years later, some madmen put some new games out. So and it's kind of fun that they both came like a week apart too, so it's kind of fun that it was like both within like the same month. Just an interesting thing. But that's all for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment down below what you've picked up lately. If you picked up those 3DS games, I'd like to know. I'd like to kind of see who's insane enough to get those. Other than that, let me know what you think about this new format I'm trying to do as well. But follow me on Twitter, Abjo Gaming, and until next time, I'd like to thank you for watching.